First step is to make a circle. You'll need a piece of thick paper or poster board, a pencil, and a circle, something you can trace. I'm tracing my palette, but you can use a paper plate for your palette, so you can trace that, or a bowl, or anything that's a circle that fits inside your paper. Carefully hold down the plate or the palette, trace around with a pencil. When you lift up, you'll have a perfect circle, and you can use a ruler or anything with a straight edge to draw a line through the middle of your circle. First thing you might need to do is find your center. I'm gonna guess my center is here. I'm going to measure it. Okay, I'm gonna make a little mark. And, oh, that's not right. Let's see. Another way to do that is to measure from this point to this point and find the halfway mark. Okay, mine is about here, and then I can check it, and yes, that's about right. Okay, once you know where your center is, then you can use your straight edge to draw a line. Very carefully hold the ruler down, because if you don't hold it down, the ruler will move. So really what we need to do is, yes, my ruler is broken, but that's okay. Hold your ruler with your fingers out like this, with your thumb out and these fingers together. If you hold your ruler down like that with your straight edge, then it won't move, and then you'll have a straight line down the middle. Okay, the next step is to break both of these halves into 3, because we need a pie with 6 spaces for our primary colors and our secondary colors. There's 3 primary colors, red, yellow, blue, and there's 3 secondary colors, orange, green, and purple. And we're gonna make our color wheel with those 6 colors. So half of 6 is 3, half of 6 is 3. We want 3 pies on this side and 3 pies on that side. So we're gonna move our circle just a little bit. We're gonna make another line like this. Basically, we're gonna make an X. And another line like this. So I'm trying to find the middle. Okay. Hold your ruler like this. And then you might have to, if you see that some of your pieces of pie aren't perfect, that's okay. As long as you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pieces, then you are ready. Then you can use paint, any kind of paint, craft paint. I use Artist Loft and this from Michael's and Hobby Lobby, but you can get any craft paint from any dollar store, Walmart, anything. I'm using this palette, but you can use a paper plate. I'm just gonna make a little bit of yellow and a little bit of red, and I'm gonna use this blue. The kind of blue that you use will make your color wheel look a little bit different, but that's okay. It can be a light blue or dark blue. It will still work. The main point of this project is just practicing making these secondary colors with our primary colors that we learned about last week, which are yellow, blue, and red. As long as you have yellow, blue, and red, you can make any color in the rainbow. Next, I'm going to use my paint brushes I'm going to use this one with a flat edge. This is a round brush, and this is a flat brush. I'm going to make sure that my brush is clean and dry, and you can start out with any color. I'm going to start out with red, and I'm going to pick a piece of pie to paint completely red. Okay, now I'm going to rinse out my brush. Obviously my brush is red right now with all the red paint that I just used. I'm going to rinse it out all the way. Make sure there's nothing left on the brush. Dry it off with a paper towel. And then I'm going to move on to my next color. I can move on to yellow or blue. I just have to make sure that I skip a piece of pie. So I'm going to skip one piece, and I'm going to move to this section, and I'm going to choose, how about yellow? Get some yellow on my brush and paint this section yellow. Now I'm going to rinse out this yellow from my brush. Make sure you have all of it out. Oh, I don't have all of it. I have to keep going until the brush is completely clear. Dry off my paintbrush so that it is clean and dry, and move on to our last primary color, which is blue. Now, which spot do you think the blue needs to go into? Well, we need to skip a spot, so we have a spot skipped, a spot skipped, a spot skipped, and the blue should go here. Now we have our three primary colors: blue, yellow, red. And the next step is to create our secondary colors. So let's see what happens when we mix a little bit of blue with our yellow. Now we have green. Did you guess green? And we can fill in this space between our yellow and blue with green. I'm going to rinse out the brush, get all the green out. And we're going to make our secondary color is going to be this color right here, and so we're going to mix a little bit of blue. It doesn't take much blue to make this secondary color, with a lot of red. And you kind of mix the colors until you figure out what a good combination is. Even right now it's a little bit red. You can mix a little bit more blue in it if you want it to be darker, like a darker purple. And yeah, that purple looks a little bit better. And we're going to fill in this spot. Now I'm going to rinse out my brush, and we're going to work on our last secondary color, which is red and yellow mixed. Dry it off. Ooh. Okay. put a little bit of red with our yellow. We're gonna mix it in the middle. We get orange. Now we can finish our last piece of the pie. Now, if you don't have paint and you don't want to go get paint at home, you can use crayons, markers, anything you have at home. You can even draw a circle and put items from your house in each part of the circle to make your own color wheel out of food or paper or anything that you might have at home. So make sure you take a picture of your art, your color wheel art, and upload it so I can see your color wheel.